What's up, guys? It's Ruben from Camilla 68 Cougar. Today I am doing a small video to show you guys how to safety wire your Wilwood disc brakes. Now again, I have a TCI Engineering IFS kit, independent front suspension. I optioned out for the 13-inch upgraded brakes with the 6-piston calipers. So what I'm going to go over today is show you guys what work is involved with getting some safety wire on these. You're supposed to lock them in place. They don't come from TCI Engineering with those safety wires there, but it's highly recommended because they could come undone at some point. Each of those bolts have to go have about 155 pounds of torque to fully seat them and make them tight. Then you add the safety wire to that part. Other than that, I'll go through that part. I'll also show you guys what I bought to do the job to begin with, and I'll show you guys some sped up video of it being done in the meantime, and then I'll also show you guys what it looks like when it's complete. This is the safety wire I used, aircraft stainless steel lock wire. I bought this with addition to this pliers to do the safety wire to twist it. I've seen some folks on the internet, they'll take regular pliers, let's say for example the bigger ones here, and they'll sit there and twist it. Such a pain in the ass. Do not do that. Spend the extra bucks. I got this on Summit Racing actually, but you can get it on Amazon, essentially any retailers. You might be able to score some locally like an O'Reilly's, but they might need a special order this stuff. But definitely recommend this here. Very, very neat. I mean, you twist this thing over, you tighten it down here, you twist it over, and then it spins the wire for you and essentially locks it in place. I use this right here to cut the pieces off. It makes it a lot easier for me. And then to try to get into those tight spaces, I use some small needle nose type of pliers to do that. But that's essentially what I used. Worked really well. Definitely recommend you guys doing a wire lock for any of your disc brakes, whether high performance or any of the two-piece brakes that require the bolted rotor. Go ahead and do that. You won't regret it. Doesn't take too long. And now I want to send a huge shout out to my buddy Arturo and Temo. They were nice enough to donate this vice stand and vice grip that I needed probably about 10 years ago. I don't know why I never bought one of these. I always needed it, but for some reason I just never bought them. So they've been following my build. I've known these guys for a really long time. So huge thank you. It's fantastic. It's exactly what I needed. And I'll be using this to set up the safety wire on my 13-inch Wilwood cross-drilled brake rotors. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. All right, everybody, so here's the completed safety wired bolts. Each of these bolts will have about 4 holes that go diagonal from each other, horizontally on an axis, and on the y-axis too as well for all you math geeks. So what I did here is I started on the 2 bolts, the left side I started first, And what I did was threaded that piece on here. What they want you to do is, if this was to come loose, they want you to route it the other way around so it tightens up the bolts rather than loosening up the bolts as it gets looser. In conjunction, once you put this in, you want to route it this way so then when it grabs, it pulls down and it torques this down. And also, in addition, you want to route this through the hole and around this way, so that way when it pulls down, it's also going to torque this one down to get tighter. So that's the completed part of that right there. Did all those. Took me about, I don't know, half an hour. This is my first time actually doing it, so I'm sure this one's actually kind of loose, but it'll hold. But I think my next disc brake that I'll do, which is the driver's side, I'll get a little bit better at that to make these a little bit tighter, but it is on pretty tight. I'm not really worried about it, so I think it came up pretty good. Definitely recommend you guys doing this as well.